So, good afternoon, everybody. A very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to this pre-match press conference ahead of the match between FC Goa and Chennaiyin FC. We have with us Coach Ferrando and James Donachie today. So let's throw the forum open to questions right away. Please use the raise hand icon so that that will help us moderate. Marcus, you have a question? You want to go ahead?
Hi, Coach. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Coach. Coach, 6 matches, 2 draws, 2 wins, 2 losses. Not exactly the way that you wanted the season to begin?
No, of course no. But our target is all the time win. But I think it's the most important is thinking the losses. To time we lose with at the end with no big problems is 1 hour inside the area with penalties. Sometimes it's necessary the draws. We're thinking about why the draws. At the end is the way, It's so very important thinking these points. Is the second point for me, it's very important. We are thinking in our balance, This team, this club wants to work with the young players, and sometimes it's necessary to control the balance with experience with the young players, and of course now these details to change and learn. Sure, in future not repeat the same.
Coach, you lost 2 matches here, and both were by conceding late penalties. Is there anything that we can do to actually correct this?
No, we are not happy, of course, but it's so very important thinking about before the penalties. For example, in transition and defense, the spaces when we lose the ball, the control the 2-against-1. There are a lot of points. Of course, the penalty is the last action, is the last point, but sometimes it's necessary to thinking before the penalty. Why? If we was a lot of time in, for example, against Mumbai, we was in a positional attack, and then when lose the ball in one area, and then in transition we are not good in positional,
Correct. All the best for the match tomorrow, Coach.
Thank you.
Abresh Meena, would like to go next?
Yeah. Hi. My question is to Juan. You did say after the match last time that you had a very upset dressing room, obviously because of the way you guys lost. So what did you actually tell them, in order to prepare them for the next game? Because as you said, there's very less time between games and you don't have time to relax. So what did you tell your team in order to get them prepared for the next game?
Oh, it is football. I think it's very important not lose energy in extra decisions. At the end, we have only 48 hours to prepare the next game. And I told to them, okay, we are professional. We lose the game. At the end, the most important is the focus for Chennaiyin. After Chennaiyin, the focus is in Johannesburg because we have 3 days in this case. This is the schedule. This is the life. And the end, most important is okay. Of course, learn about the mistakes in the last game, but immediately to put all energy in the next game, because this is football. At the end, it's the same within life. It's not possible to think in the past because it's not possible to change the past.
I just wanted to ask another question. Obviously, you had the schedule of the league before the league started. So what did you think of it when you were, say, looking at the schedule before the start of the league? Do you feel the effects of it more right now, or you kind of thought of the same thing about, fatigue and everything coming in place, even when you looked at it at the start?
Sorry, can you repeat me?
You had the schedule before the start of the league, right? So do you feel the effects of the compact schedule more right now, or you thought about it even when you looked at the schedule before the start of the league?
No, at the end, it's not possible to change. Of course, I want more time because, for example, we play the last Wednesday, and I like to prepare the team. I like to prepare the next game, to prepare one plan, or we prepare one plan B. But normal, the players, repeat, they are not machine. They are machine. You need time to rest. recovery, and then to training. But no exist time. Okay, I accept because 11 it's not possible to change. But in my point of view, for my job, I'm so sad about not prepare the next game. But okay, it's not excuse. It's only the truth.
Yeah. All right. All the best for your next game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kirti Vasan?
Hi, coach. Now you're going to play Chennai. Now, they have been going through a bad patch. For 4 matches, they haven't really won a game. So, given how you are playing, do you fancy your chances? The second question is, Romario J. Suraj has been playing well. He's slowly getting into the team as such. Your view on Romario J. Suraj Alexander? Thank you.
Okay. About the second question, it's repeat. We are trying to find the balance with the experience with young players. We are thinking all the time with the best players about the minutes. It depends on the positions, like wingers, like number 6, number 10. It's very difficult. 90 minutes today, 90 minutes today, 90 minutes the next week. It's very difficult. Sometimes it's necessary to control about these details because, for example, I prefer lose one player 45 minutes in not 2 weeks because then maybe has one injury. This is so very important. Sometimes we prepare the plan, sometimes have success with this plan, sometimes no. Now for me, for example, it's so easy to think about, for example, the last plan against ATK. We decide to change the center back and we put one number 10 and because our mentality is to win. If, for example, the last Wednesday we won the game, maybe the plan was success, we are the best. But now it's totally different. But this is about our opinion, we are working, and this is the most important is to help everybody because we are a team.
And a word on Romario.
Yeah, it's the same with Romario, with all the players. We continue working and we continue help all the players. We prepare one plan. At the end, it's very important to help the players.
Thank you.
Marcus, did you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question for James, please. Yeah, James. James, 6 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. There is, as of now, there's not too much of a gap between the top teams and FC Goa. Yeah? How would you compare FC Goa's performance so far with maybe the top 2 teams like ATK Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City FC so far? Do you believe FC Goa is as good or better than anybody else in the competition?
Yeah, I think my opinion is that we're better. The frustrating thing for me is that teams aren't scoring against us in open play. It's penalties. We've had some calls go against us. We've had calls go for us, like the coach said. But we play the most attractive football, and that's the team you want to be in, the team that plays football and scores goals in open play. That's what fans want to see. So the Mumbai game and ATK game is quite frustrating. It's the last minutes and their penalties. Yes, it could be a penalty. Yes, it couldn't be. But you want to see your team score on the field. But in terms of our team, I think we play football and we try to play football that fans want to watch. So I think we're up there with the best or not the best. So for me, we're truly.
James, do you have had to make any adjustments to the way you approach a game or to the way you play the game compared to your time in Australia? Is there any difference or is it been the same?
No, look, every country you go to play football is going to be different. You have to adjust. It's very hot here. You have to think about that while you're playing. Like Juan said, there's so many games every two days here. You have to prepare your body, and sometimes everyone can't play because there's that many games in a short amount of time. So you have to deal with that as well. But look, every country is different, and you have to adapt to the way the game's played. So yeah, it's different from Australia. It's different to Spain. But if you adapt well, then it's about winning. So you have to win in this environment.
Thank you.
Yes, Kirtivasan, you'd like to go next?
Nothing yet. Nothing so far. Nothing.
Okay. Mohak, Mohak Arora, did you have a question? If not, we can go to Abresh Meena. Abresh Meena.
Yeah. My question was to James. Obviously, I mean, you were in the central defensive partnership with by the end when Iban was replaced and Iban came in. So obviously, it must have been really difficult for him also to concede a penalty at that point of time, and the team ends up losing the game because of that. So as central defensive partners, what do you talk to him about in situations like these?
No, I think it's like I said before. If the goal had come through open play and ATK were better than us, I can say no problem. It's something we can work on in training. There was 2 calls before that could have gone our way in the box. It's up to the referee. Yes, Iban's decision you can learn from, but the good thing is we've got 2 days and then it's the next game, so you don't have time. Usually in football you wait till the next Saturday, so you have to think about this for a whole week. But now it's 2 days and it's another game, so you get to think about the other game. Look, it's something you can work on and fix for sure, and we don't have time to really think about that because we're thinking about the next game now.
Yeah, all right. All the best.
Thank you.
Srivatsa, you'd like to go?
Yeah, good afternoon, Coach. Srivatsa here from IFTWC. My question goes to Juan Ferrando. FC Goa bagged 2 consecutive wins, but unfortunately lost the last game. So, irrespective of results, how the team is building up in your preferred style of play, and do you think more improvements are to be needed?
Oh, a lot. This is football, and football. This is a new team, new players, young players, experienced players. We need to improve a lot of details. But I don't have a lot of time to prepare the pre-season is short. Don't have a lot of time to between games. Okay, I'm so happy because the players are working. For me, it's a big problem if, for example, the players they want to work or maybe don't put attention in training, but they are working. When we have 5 minutes, we are working 5 minutes. For example, yesterday after the game, some players was participating in ZTK, then were working in the training. For me, it's good. In this case, my point of view is everybody wants to help. Everybody wants to prepare the next game. This is good, but I'm so sad because this coaching staff like to work in the pitch, but no exist time.
Yeah, my next question goes to James Donachie. Before coming to FC Goa, you played in A-League. As team changes, your style, you have to play a new style under new head coach. So additionally, you have got new teammates here also. So what are your thoughts on it, and how do you see ISL? Is it competitive as the team is going to play in AFC Champions League?
Look, the style here that we play probably for the majority of my career, besides maybe the last year or so, has been quite similar, playing out from the back and playing football. So in terms of the style, it's been very similar and something that I enjoy and I've always played that way. And that was a big part in coming here. In terms of the Champions League, look, I think we have a season until March now that we want to do our best in, and then if we do well here, then we can go into Champions League. And I think that's what Juan was saying, is that we need to make every player involved and get the whole team and whole squad up to a standard where we can compete there as a squad, because we need every player. It's something that it's a lot of travel and a lot of games over a short amount of time. So the higher level we can get every player at, the better for the ACL. But I've seen teams in like Brugge in Thailand do very well in this competition. So for me, there's no reason that we can't do well.
Marcus?
Thank you, Coach. Good luck for the game.
Yeah, James. You've been in a bubble during the last leg of the A-League. Now again, you are inside a bubble here in Goa. So how is life inside a bubble? And is there anything different from the bubble that you were in Australia to the bubble that is there for the ISL? I know this is a long period of time, 5 months almost. So how is life inside a bubble? And does it really get frustrating sometimes?
Yeah, look, it's been a long time now. It's been in a bubble for, like you said, maybe 4 or 5 months. In Australia, in the bubble, the 3 we were in, we were able to walk outside and get a coffee and, walk near the beach. It was more so the games and that were closed. There was no fans. Here is kind of hotel training, hotel games. So this is a bit more kind of regimented and strict than Australia. But look, speaking to the foreigners around the league and speaking to one in our team as well, it's challenging. We're at the 2-month mark now, so we've got Christmas coming up. But it's a challenge, and it's something that we're going to have to talk about and deal with going forward, because humans need socialization and humans need interaction. So to do it for 5 months will be difficult, but I guess there are ways you can go about that going forward.
Thanks.
Do we have any other questions for Coach or James? No questions?
May I? Okay, I'm Shantan from Sportslight Media.
Sayantan. Yeah, Sayantan, go ahead.
I have a question for Coach. Coach, do you consider your team to be unlucky to miss out the last match? Because you guys played better football in the second half than ATK Mohun
I'm not thinking about unlucky or lucky. This is football. The most important is in 90 minutes to control. I think we work details in offensive, details in defense. At the end, this is the most important, control. About the lucky, I prefer don't talk, because sometimes this is football. At the end, the balance at the end of the season, sure, if we are working good, sure, at the end of the season we have success. Sure, 100%. But thinking about unlucky, no. About the decisions, sometimes yes, of course, I can talk or we can discuss 1 hour, but this is not in this case. But I'm not thinking about lucky or unlucky. No. At the end, I believe in working the pitch.